There we go. Well, welcome everybody to our first new member orientation. Today's Friday, July 16th, and we're just going to go through a bunch of stuff. It doesn't matter if you're brand new to the card or you've been using it a while. I hope you're going to pick up some really cool things, and maybe and if you supply us with stuff, we might be adding things to the deck for future people, right? For future reference. Let's get right into it. So now, okay, so now you bought your digital card. Now what do you do with it, right? So this is something that I just heard a couple of days ago. Um, there's a new card owner. Her name is Alicia Shrin, and I think Eric might know her. But before she was a card owner, she was saying that she had tried to book that she's in M3 and she tried to book 6 one-on-ones, and she ended up only booking the one-on-ones with the 3 people who owned digital Accelerant digital business cards because it was so easy to do it, right? And the others didn't have the cards, and I guess they chased each over LinkedIn, email, phone, whatever. She just lost track of them. So that's one of the reasons what sold her on getting one. But I'd never really thought of it from that point of view. So to make it so if you have your card, to have your calendar right on your card, it makes it really easy for other people to get to you and hopefully do business with you. So that that was something that I really appreciated, and it was funny watching her yesterday in an M3 meeting. I didn't say a word. I was just watching her, and she was going on and on about this and about all the other stuff. And there was a guy. The people were blindsided because she was really selling the heck out of the cards. And there was a guy in there, Damar, who called me up today and said, "I'm buying it," because and I'd never met him before, but he heard all the stuff that she said. So anyway, I do appreciate that. But she should be here because even though her card isn't active yet, she's a new card owner, so I'll have to give her the business about that. But anyway, so the point I'm making here is that sometimes you think, well, nobody's texting it. I put it out there. They didn't text it. Whatever. Again, if you keep, it was what John was saying yesterday. John Rakowski. He's saying the most important thing to do in marketing is be consistent, and I really believe that. And if you look at John's posts on LinkedIn, they're very consistent, and it's not just the stuff that I think he's an affiliate for a few things, but his real estate stuff is very consistent. He puts a lot of stuff out about the digital cards, et cetera, et cetera, and now he's got this real cool video system that he uses. And if you look at my LinkedIn today, he did a video on the digital card, and so I posted it up on my LinkedIn. So the idea, if you're really consistent, things will end up happening, and that's really so. It just goes to show that if you get your card out there and people remember it, and then they might not decide to have the one-on-one with you that second, but it might be the second or third meeting that they say, yeah, I need to talk to Eric, or I need to talk to Lorraine, et cetera, et cetera. So there's when people think of this card, they think of sharing it as just using the text, right? They think it's the only way to share it is by people texting it. Well, that's one way to do it, but there are several, as a matter of fact, many other ways to share your card, and it can be just as effective when you do it that way. So of course, there's the texting your keyword to 21,000, and just note that only works in the United States. If you want an international number, we have 2 of them now. One is 77 Connects, and the other one is 984 BizCard. And just out of curiosity, from what you guys, just from the small group of folks, which do you think is more memorable, 77 Connects or 984 BizCard?
7 connects.
Next, yeah.
Okay. Okay, cool. So if you don't have one and you do want to do business with folks outside the US, all you have to do is ask me and we'll set it up for you. But it's not going to automatically work for you. I think we've got something working for April already. I don't know if
I
you've
have
tried it.
one.
I'm
I can't
sorry?
remember. I have one. I can't remember which one I
I
chose.
have the 984, but I do like the 7. I think the 7 connects is.
No, you don't have this 984. That's brand new.
Oh, then I have the you gave me a Canadian
You
one.
might have an older one, the
The
321
phone.
421 5213.
Yes.
That
Sorry.
one's kind
Yeah.
of a one that's easy to remember without using the letters. But anyway, so
Okay.
if you want to change it, just let me know.
Okay.
So the other thing you can do is bookmark your card on your phone and then share it. And we're going to show you how to do some of these things in a minute. But that's a main thing where it's you can just have it. Make sure that you have your card bookmarked on your phone if you don't, because you can always bring it up and just show people. Say, hey, want to see my digital card? This is cool, and just show it to them, and that can just start a conversation that way. Having bookmarking your QR code on your phone is another way of doing it. And I'm going to show you how to do that as well. You can, if you're, I remember I was in a meeting once um, and somebody behind me had one of the cards and somebody else came to talk to him and they were, hey, it's good to see you. Haven't seen you in a long time. He said, yeah. He said, can I get your card? Well, it's digital. He said, you want me to airdrop it to you? And I said, I'm turning around and said, what is that? And I watched them do it. It was phenomenal. If you have if you have iPhones and you've done it, it's pretty cool how that works. But you can airdrop it if you have an iPhone. And then Google has come up, or Android has come up with a similar version to that, which is called Nearby Share. So it's basically the same as AirDrop. And I'm going to show you how to set up both of them in a few minutes. Another one is to get your sphere to share it. That means all the people that you know. So again, I recommend when you get your card to send out an email to your drip campaign or whomever, all your contacts, and just say, hey, I got something new. Please, when you're wanting people to get in touch with me, just give them this information, your keyword to 21,000. And that's going to be your first step in getting them to remember your keyword. So they'll be able to refer you out at any time. I don't know how many times I've seen people networking during their 60 seconds and they don't get their keyword out. I'm not going to name any names, but I think you forgot yesterday, Eric, at an M3 meeting.
Oh, did I?
I yeah,
I'm
I
not
think
going to
so.
mention any names, Eric, but I think
I do
Yeah,
it too, Eric.
um, I actually have a quick question.
Go
So
ahead.
I was thinking of making rugby shirts with my logos on them, and one of the things I was considering was on the actual arm instead of a logo there, doing the QR code. How do QR codes work, and how would it have to be attached for it to work?
Okay, so we're going to talk about QR codes in a minute. So let's save it. Let's save that question for then, because again, it's coming up in another couple of pages. But
Okay,
I'll be happy to answer your question then.
thank you.
So again, when you're networking, make sure again, because there might be in any of these groups that you're in, um, you're gonna be there's gonna be guests there that you've not met, and but even for the ones that you have met, you want them to remember your keywords. So you got to keep again. It's about being consistent. Get it out every single time. And and not to bust on Eric because I've forgotten in myself even several times, and then I go "oh" at the end of it when that happens. But because it only benefits you by doing that. So, and of course, wear your badge when you're out and about in person events. And of course, your QR code is there. You can share it on social media. If you share your card, your URL on social media, you'll notice that it comes up with a special image that is not, and it's not your badge and it's not your card. It's kind of a combination of it's a different image that I create specifically for that reason. Plus, so it looks good, and then you can click on it and go right to your card. So, I encourage you to do that on Facebook, LinkedIn, Twitter, whatever. People have car magnets and wraps done in their cars. Of course, I mentioned emailing your contact list, being consistent and attending these events. And I appreciate you all being here. Another thing you can do is do Facebook ads, Google ads, advertise, whatever. Is there anything that I missed that you guys can think of about other ways to share it? Okay, seems like that was fairly.
Gabe, I would just say, and I want to do it better. This morning, I was at an event that had like 120 people. I already have a QR code for my business on my home screen, but I think
Okay.
it's effective. And would it make sense for some of us that already have that for our business to have both? Or what's the easiest way to kind of
What do you
share
mean
that?
both? What do you mean both?
Like the phone is easy, but I don't want to. My home screen is my business QR code. So how could I do both my digital and it goes to like find a chapter?
So you have two different QR codes that you.
Right.
Okay. So, well, you and you bookmark them separately.
Yes.
All right. Well, then when you want to have them look at one, then you have them look at that one. When you want to have them look at another one, you do that. It just depends on the situation.
I was thinking I would take the graphic on the front and put both QR codes. I can work on that. I just answered my own question.
Well, if you have both QR codes, it might be confusing to the scanner. I don't know how that would work if they're both up at the same time.
Okay.
But anyway.
I think I'm going to do for you guys, if you ever get a QR code for the business, if we do it in one graphic, Gabe, on the home screen to save, you could do digital card on top. And then if I have a second, like to a website, I could have it, but it's always on the main screen, right? It could just be one saved.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Would that work?
I guess. Yeah.
You don't like it? I can tell you, I
Mhm.
guess you don't like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, I mean, it's yeah. I mean, I guess I don't want to hit people with a bunch of QR codes, because it's again the more what I like about the QR codes, it's very simple.
Right.
When I showcase it, I have it bookmarked on my phone, and I hit this button, and I open it up, and it's just that. So and if they're saying, do you know what I mean?
Yes, I do. Thank you.
And so, and what I would do is if depending on which one you want them to scan, you would scan either this one or your business one. I don't see them scanning them both at the same time. That would kind of be.
If you could see this, the idea I'm thinking for you.
Yeah.
So see this.
Yeah.
I don't even have to unlock my phone or anything. It's saved as a picture on my main screen.
Oh,
so when you're at an event, if I had my digital business card, I want to have it on my saved home screen.
I see.
So I don't have to fuddle with putting a password or anything. Could we do that?
Yeah, you would just have a different display, wallpaper or whatever.
Okay. So I just got to change my wallpaper to So the guys, that just a little tip when you're doing in-person events, you're holding your phone, you can have it bookmarked like Gabe, but if you also save it to your home screen, you don't even have to go find the bookmark. It's actually a save an extra step.
Thank you, April. That's a good idea.
Does that help? Okay.
Yeah. Gabe, quick question. How do I don't believe I have my calendar on my card.
Okay.
So what would we take like Twitter off and put the calendar on? Because I don't care about Twitter.
We could do that. Just send me the link.
Okay. The other question I have is, and I think I asked it the other day, and you're probably going to answer it at some point today, is shit, I forgot. I'll wait.
No cussing. This is recorded.
Sorry. Sorry.
We're adults.
You'll have to edit.
Yeah, I can. Yeah, like I find that little tiny little piece where and put a loud
sugar. Lorraine, sugar. Say it like they do in Atlanta.
Oh, so sorry.
That's funny. All right. Anyway, okay.
I remember.
What?
I asked the question when people get the card when it comes in the text. beautiful card is there, but when they save it, only the information goes into the contacts.
Right. Yeah, we talked about that yesterday, and
Yeah, and I didn't know if you were going to talk about that today.
well, basically, all I said yesterday was it's an idea of me being able to put the link to the card itself in the contacts, so that they can click it that like another website.
Okay. So is
Um,
that something you're thinking about doing?
well, yeah, it's something. One of the things I'm thinking about doing. There's a lot of things I'm thinking about doing, um, and the idea is that maybe that could. I think your website's on there. I mean, that could supplant your website. I don't know. Again, the more stuff you throw in there, the more it gets.
No, but I don't care about Twitter, so it could replace Twitter.
Right, but yeah. All right. Well,
I'll send you
I'll
an
take a look
email.
at it. Excuse me. All right. So here, I think when I shared the sound. Let's hopefully I did. Otherwise, you'll tell me if you can't hear it in a second. But this is going to show you how to share your digital card on an iPhone. And then we're going to have a different version for the Android in a second. So let me know if you can't hear it. In this video, we're going to show you how to share your digital card from your iPhone. Make sure you have your card bookmarked on your phone. To accomplish this, first enter in the URL to your digital card. At the bottom of the screen, click the blue Share button. Now scroll up and choose Add to Home Screen. After you choose Done, the bookmark will occupy a new space on your screen. So once you have your link bookmarked on your phone, sharing it is super easy. Again, you'll want to click the blue Share button. Here you'll see many easy ways to share your digital card. You can post it on Facebook, LinkedIn, airdrop it to another iPhone, or text it to anyone. Here we are sending it to one of our contacts. It will populate the text message for us, and from here all we need to do is press send. Okay, any questions about that for iPhone users? Okay, now we're going to do the same thing with an Android. Oh, sorry. In this video, we're going to show you how to share your digital card from an Android phone. Make sure you have your card bookmarked on your phone. To accomplish this, first enter in the URL to your digital card. From Chrome, click the three dots in the upper right-hand side of the screen. Then choose Add to Home Screen. From here, simply add automatically, and it will be placed in an open spot on your screen. Once you have your link bookmarked on your phone, sharing it is super easy. Using Chrome, click the three dots on the upper right-hand side of your phone. Then click Share. From there, you may want to swipe left and find the More option. You'll then see many easy ways to share your digital card. You can post it on Facebook, LinkedIn, copy the link to the clipboard, even share it to a nearby phone. Here I am sharing it with one of my contacts. It will populate the text message for me, and from here all I need to do is press send.
Where do we get the URL?
Well, it's when it's the URL that where your card is. So I guess the easiest way to do it is just text your keyword to yourself. So then when you click on it, that's the URL
Oh, okay.
when
Thank
you
you.
open it up.
Okay, thanks.
Okay. Any questions about sharing on either Android or iPhone?
Hold that for just a minute. Shit.
That's what I did, Gabe. I just
Got
text
it,
to
thank
myself
you.
and opened it and say, that's so helpful.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so any other thoughts on this one? Okay, so now we're going to show you how to use Nearby Share, which is It's the Android version of AirDrop. Now, this is relatively new. I think you just have to have Android 6.0 to use this. But to do this, you go into your settings on your Android, right? The first thing you go to Google. Second, go to devices and sharing. Third, nearby share, and the fourth is where you just turn it on. Okay. And and so both phones, I believe, have to have it on for this to work. All right. So I don't know. Honestly, I've never used it before. But then again, all I ever do is Zoom events anyway. So
Are you
I know
showing this for iPhone too, Gabe, or should I be
yeah, well,
following?
yeah. I will be. That's
Okay.
AirDrop. That's totally different.
Okay.
So
Oh, I
Eric,
know.
do you have an iPhone or an Android, Eric?
iPhone.
Okay. What about you, Dick?
I've got an Android.
Okay. So, and are you doing in-person events yet?
No, and those are pretty much, I won't have a lot of those this week.
Okay. All right. Well, this for the folks that are watching this by recording, that's how you do it. You go to you go to your settings on your phone, Google devices and sharing, nearby share, and then turn that feature on. And
So,
then when you're in Chrome and you do the same thing, you've already got your phone bookmarked, right? Or you've already got your digital card bookmarked. So you go to it, you open it up, and then you hit share, and then and in addition to all the other things you're going to see nearby. And I think there's a setting to and then beyond that, I haven't seen what it does because I've never even actually done it. But if the other person is right there, then I imagine it just sends it right over. So it's a
This
really
is
cool
very
way to do
cool.
it.
This is
so is
cool.
that Android to Android only?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And now the next one would be AirDrop. Now, rather than show you all that stuff, it really is fairly easy. But I think the best way to do it is to do exactly what I did was Google how to set up AirDrop on your phone, because you can see it's relatively wordy, and it depends on iPhone 11 or later, whatever version of iPhone you have. But even though it looks kind of intimidating, it's not. It's pretty simple to do it. But they just have a lot of words in there that I didn't want to necessarily repeat. So I just copied the help pages. So you have to do on the left part. It's how to do your settings, and then it's let's see, swipe down, open control center. And it talks about iPads and all this other stuff. So this to me is fairly straightforward. And it's you're setting it up to where your contacts only, like you can have it set up so that AirDrop only works with people that are in your contact list, or you can have it work for everyone. Okay. And all that's explained in here. And then how you actually use it, you just go like you bookmark it and you open the share button and you hit AirDrop, and then it's really cool. It just sends it right over. So I would, if you have other iPhone users in the house or in your at work, whatever, I would definitely practice with them just to get it to work, because once you've done it, it's very, very simple. But they need to have their side set up to receive it as well. Okay. Has anybody ever done that before, used AirDrop?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. So you already know how to do it. So it's very, very cool.
But Gabe, just to be clear, are you saying I've done AirDrop when they're within a range? Is if we change settings, I could actually AirDrop to Lorraine as long as our settings are set differently in a distance, or do you have to be within a range?
No. This is all location based. You all have to be right next to each other.
Okay.
So I'm Android and you're iPhone, so we can't do it.
Okay.
Right. So you can, but there's all kinds of other ways to skin that cat. Right. Okay. So, moving forward, so no questions there. This is our YouTube channel. If you want to write it down, go to it, whatever you want to do. It has those two videos that I just showed you. It has those on there. It has a bunch of other like webinars and things. There's the one video that we did that was basically how to leverage your business card, your digital business card that we did about 6 months ago or so. There's lots of good stuff up there. If you go up there, it'd be great if you subscribed. I still need like 47 more till I hit 100, so I can have a regular URL. So yeah, there's lots of good stuff up there. That's my YouTube channel. And now we'll get to the QR codes. So this is mine for whatever reason, but now you want to how what I'm going to go through right now is how to get this on your phone, just like I just showed April a second ago. If you don't have it on your phone yet, and I know, Dick, you asked me to send you another copy, and I've got written down that I've got to send Chris, Denise, and Dick and Raphael their QR codes. I don't know if Eric, I guess you already have yours.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay. So what I do, how to get it on your phone is if you have Google Drive. I mean, I think almost everybody has Google Drive if you have a Gmail account. So just go to drive.google.com. Here, let me show it this way. Go to drive.google.com and hit new, and then hit file upload, and you upload your QR code right to your Google Drive. That's the first step. Okay. Then once you've done that from your phone, you can go to your Google Drive and click on that particular file. And again, just like before, you can click share and add to home screen. And so that's how I bring in. And so I have it actually in a folder of all my digital accelerant stuff. I just bring it up and let me show it and let others scan it. Is that clear to everybody?
Yes.
You already
But
have
on
yours,
the
you
on
already
the
have yours all set up. I mean, if on your home screen, so you got even a better solution, right?
Okay, so I don't really need
And
to
as
do
April was saying earlier, if you don't want to do that, you can just, well, you still need to get it up there to your phone, but you create a wallpaper out of it or whatever, so that when you open your home screen, I wonder what happens if I do that on my Android. I don't think it would work on my Android because on my Android, all of my when I open it, all of my apps are like covering it, so I don't think it would work. So anyway,
I have
So
a
what I
question.
did as a temporary guy, just to so you know, I took a picture of the badge I wear to live events.
right?
I just took a picture of it and I set it as my home screen for now. And the QR code worked.
Okay.
So it's just got on my main page. So if my phone is locked, somebody could actually just go on the QR code of my picture.
Okay. Very good. Cool.
So April, I just downloaded yours and I downloaded it, but I can't find it in my contacts.
So because
Well,
you have to open
to
it
save it.
and you have
Mhm.
to go to the bottom right and do download
I
and
did
create a
that.
new contact. And that didn't work.
Oh, it didn't ask me to create a new contact. Let me do it over again.
You have
That
to,
is-
and you also have
yeah.
to save it too.
Yeah, I did all that, I thought.
For me, Gabe, that is the biggest disconnect on my card that I have found. People don't do that step and then they look for me before they download me.
Right.
I don't know if anybody
No,
else
there's
has seen
there's
that.
yeah, there's not much. I mean, that's just how the iPhones work. And you know, what I did, what I used to do when I was doing a lot of in-person events, I'd be wearing my lanyard. They say, "What's that?" I say, "Well, it's my digital card." Let's you know, why don't you know, to get it, you text Gabe to 21,000. They do that. I walk them right through them getting the card, and then I said, "Now hit that right button on the far right." I get them to hit the button. I said, "Now hit the share button and go to contacts and hit save." I walk them through that whole process as you know, as they're getting in the card, and part of that. And so now that they then they have it, and they get blown away when you do that, and that's part of the rapport that you're creating with them when you're out there networking with them. So
Yeah,
that,
it's great for in person, and I do that, but it's when you're using it in when I'm putting it in the chat on networking events, that's where I don't see them. They're not downloading it, and it's hard to explain in a chat on a network.
right.
So that
But the thing
like
is, you still got their cell phone number and you're still connected to them and they've still got you. So it's, I think with me, that's not my ultimate goal is to get it in. That's not my ultimate goal for them to save it. My ultimate goal is for them to get it, not necessarily to save it.
did you find it, Lorraine?
It's downloading, but and then it asks me, it says open file and then it just goes away and I can't open
You
the
have
file.
to put it, you have to save it to your contacts.
It's not allowing me to save it is what I'm saying. It says it's downloading it and then it just goes away and I can't find it.
Yeah,
I
I
downloaded
should
it
have,
100 times.
next time what I'll do is I'll screenshot how that's done.
Okay,
Because that is kind of,
I'll figure it out. It's
yeah,
distracting me and I want to keep
yeah.
listening.
So anyway, getting back to Eric's question about your t-shirt. All you need to do is give them that QR code. They'll print it out on the sleeve, and how it works like anything else. You just let people scan it and use it. I mean, if that's something that, where are these shirts going on? What is this, a sports event or?
No, it would just be like a convention.
So this is a shirt that you're going to wear?
Yeah.
Okay. So if you wanted to do it that way, that would be unique. That'd be fun. And you just say, okay, just scan this.
Can it be embroidered into the shirt or does it have to be like
Oh,
printed
that
out on a?
I don't know. I wouldn't take that chance. For
That's
one, it's a lot more
interesting.
expensive. Why would you do that?
No, just because if it's on, if you, the shirt's got to be washed, right? So I'm just worried that if it's printed out, then it's going to start, fraying
I
away
think
pretty quickly.
you'd get tons and tons of uses out of it. I don't think I mean,
Really?
because as a matter of fact, Bob Brooks, and you're going to see a picture of it in a minute. Bob Brooks is one of our first early adopters. He was one of the people in the original event. He printed out his entire badge on his shirt, and he wears that around. He's this big guy too, right? He's a mortgage guy, and he prints that on his shirt, and people scan his stomach to get it, his QR code.
Oh, we need a picture of that, Gabe.
I'm getting. He's in the deck here.
What's his keyword?
His is loan dad, all one word. But you won't see that on his card. It's just, but he's just, well, if you know Bob, he's just that kind of guy. But
That's cool.
he's just kind of a Georgia boy, a real laid back kind of guy. But yeah, he's had that shirt for forever, and it still works. So I wouldn't embroider it because I don't. For one, it would cost a fortune with all the different things, stitches you'd have to do. But for two, I would just have it printed.
Okay.
Okay. Okay. So now the question becomes, okay, now you've shared it. They've gotten your card. When do you contact them back? I don't think there's any right or wrong answer to this necessarily. I know by my experience, I've always wanted to give them a little bit of a time. I don't want to bug them as soon as they got the card. I usually wait till the next day. Somewhere within about 24 hours, I will set up a texting thing where I will text them back. Some people, I think, some people would call, and some people, I don't necessarily recommend calling them. I would recommend texting, but if anybody has any success stories about other ways that they've contacted people, but for me, it's within about 24 hours, and I don't wait like days, unless it's a weekend. I don't contact them. If for people who text me on Friday, I'll contact them on Monday. So go from there. So, and then the next question is, what do you say, right? So what do you say when you contact them back? I think what's really important is when I started it, I'd say, thanks for getting my card. If you have any questions, let me know. And I would get no responses whatsoever. You have to have a call to action in there somewhere, trying to get them on your calendar. So, and this has been through iterations and more iterations. And even today I said, you know what, it's time to change it up again to see if, I'm always working on it to see if I can get the sweet response that it gets more people to respond to it. But this is what I say currently. And I have this in a template that I bring right up. So this is Gabe O'Neill. Thank you for accessing my card. Love to show you how our digital cards can blow up your sales funnel, elevate your digital profile, and make you memorable. Please return your email address and or grab a spot on my calendar, and then give a link to my calendar. Okay. And actually lately I haven't gotten a ton from this. In the beginning I was getting a lot more, but it's just, again, you have to put some kind um, call to action on it. So today, and you guys tell me if you like this one even better. Today I changed it up a little bit to, hi, this is Gabe O'Neill. Thank you for accessing my digital card. I would love to show you how our digital cards can return a 200% ROI, a 1200% ROI, and even a 2000% ROI within the first 30 days. Please return email address and or grab a spot on my calendar. Do you like the first one or the second one better?
I like both. I think it just depends on the audience. So having two, if I know who it's coming from,
Mm-hmm.
I like
Okay.
both. But I'd probably do the first one for my initial.
Okay. All right, cool. All right. So that's what I say, but it doesn't mean, obviously you guys have, again, as long as you're getting them to do something, or asking them some kind of question, whatever, then it's really important that you give them a call to action. Now, how do I follow up from them? Now, I know that there is a way to contact them within the CRM, but because Google Voice blocks it, and so does T-Mobile, I don't want to, and when those messages are sent out from the CRM, they're sent from an email to a text, and it's kind of, to me, it's not ideal. I would rather see like a real text come into my thing. If somebody's emailing me something to my text, I kind of know it, and I don't know, there's just something I don't like about it. So I still use this. I use the CRM for everything else, but in contacting them, I use the do it later app, and I know that there is a do it later app for the iPhone. Apparently, it's got only like 1 star or whatever, but there are other apps that do the exact same thing as this, and it's basically setting up a template to send out to a bunch of people, where it's not sending it to them in a group, it's sending it to them separately. So you just have to find something like that on the iPhone. And so what I do, and this becomes very easy for me to do this, and it's actually coming from will come from my personal phone. So I will open up the do it later. I will create a new message, right? And then what I'll do is that little thing over here in the that upper right of this first image, that's the template that you can pull up. And I have both of those things that I just showed you in a template. So I just pick a template and hit that. So that way I don't have to type it in every time. So that takes like 2 pushes of the button. And then then the second one right in the middle is where I type in a name or number. And what I do is I might have anywhere from 2 to 20 cell phone numbers to put it to send out to, right? So what I'll do is I'll dictate them using the microphone, and it works. The microphone, sometimes I get frustrated with it because it'll put in stuff I didn't want it to say, but usually with numbers it's pretty good. So I can just dictate the numbers in, and then hit add. It's very quick that way. And once I've done either 2 or 20 or however many I've done, I can also schedule it. So that's part of it. I like, because sometimes I wake up real early and it's 5 o'clock in the morning, and there's people from California. So obviously I'm not going to send it at that time, but I want to save some time by getting this already set up. So I set it up to go around 11 in the morning, or noon, whatever, even sometimes 1 or 2 in the afternoon. And then you forget about it because what it'll do is it'll send it at that time. That's another reason why I like this particular way of sending it. I just did that, like an hour ago to the last batch of folks that texted me. Okay. So, and then of course in virtual networking, use your virtual background. And it is preferred if you have a green screen. This is the one I just did for Machen few days ago. And if you don't have one or you want one, all you have to do is ask. Just tell me what your webcam resolution is. This is Mitch Beinhacker's that he did. He's a lawyer out of New Jersey. So you can do your own if you want to do it that way. This is Chris Michelle's. And again, of course, we could talk about renaming ourselves. Make sure you do it every time. Because right now we're in the recording, Eric, and people don't know that your keyword is Eric 21,000.
I know. I'm trying to look for the settings on my area. I can't find it.
Okay, so yeah, if you just right mouse click on your name.
I can't right mouse click. I have a Mac.
How do you do that, April?
Oh, it has I'm sorry. Yeah, in the window. That's right. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I got it.
Just rename.
Just edit, rename, right? Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Rename and just say Eric to 21,000, Eric Geyer, whatever.
Could you go back? Would you ask if we wanted you to make up one of these kind of things for us to do what?
The virtual background. Something like that. Do you have well, you're not using a virtual background now. Do you use them?
No, I don't have a green screen. And when people use it without a green screen, it makes me crazy. So
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't do it.
I have one, guys. I really like Dick's where he puts his first name. I haven't done that, but I just changed mine. I like how he does his name and text. Gabe does it. No, Gabe does.
No, I
Just-
do it the other way. I used to do it that way, but
I like it both.
because when it depends on the view. If you're have a bunch of people, a lot of that's going to get cut off. So I really want them to see my keyword first before anything.
Didn't Diva tell us? Didn't Deborah tell us that she figured out how to get this to default to that, so you didn't have to change it?
That's a good question. Maybe I'll maybe I'll figure that out and put that in the next one. That's a good idea. Yeah, because I'm changing it myself all the time.
Yeah. So text April to 21,000
yeah.
dash April O'Connor. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. Very good. So everybody's just shown. So everybody knows how to get in touch with you guys. Now this is the other thing that I see in especially in virtual networking events is people will put they'll bury their keyword somewhere in there, but they'll put all this other crap in there too. And then it just becomes nothing different than everybody else's because everybody's always putting their Wikipedia in the chat. And for me, I ignore it all. I really do. I just, what I would recommend is just again, I think you said it best the other day when you said, believe in your keyword. You said something like you got to believe that it's going to work. So just send it out there and just be consistent about it. And I really believe that. So if I tell them to, if I just have that in an example too, that brings more attention to the fact that I have a digital card, et cetera, that it'll get lost in the first example.
Mhm.
That makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So we have a lot of groups. Don't yell at me. I forgot to put Analyx up there. I know. I'll change the slide. I will change.
I want to know how many cards, who has given you the most business, because that's how it should be in order.
Okay. I'll put Analyx network lead exchange as the first one.
Yes.
I'll put them on top. I wasn't even thinking about that, but and a lot of these I don't even like Trust Integrity. I would never join that. Centricity, I dropped out of it, but I shouldn't be bad mouthing these guys. anyway, the idea is join more groups, and it and when you're in more groups, and again, it's about finding your tribe. If keep joining groups until you really find your tribe, and then you're and you're doing really good business. Eric and I are in a couple of different groups, and we like one and we're not sure about the other one, and it's just kind of interesting. But the idea is just to,
I'm liking the other one more.
oh, okay.
Last night was, I turned the corner last night.
Okay, good. Um, anyway, so yeah, the idea is that I think, people ask me, where is this most effective? And it really is most effective when you're with people, when you're showing up with people, whether it be in person or in a virtual networking environment. But you got to put the work in. You've got to, if you want the card to work, it's not going to work by itself. You've got to get it out there. You've got to work with it, I guess, is the best way of saying it.
Are there any creative ways that people have used it apart from the normal ways that you've shown so far?
Yeah, I'm going to show you some pictures in a minute. I think that'll answer your question. I'm just about to that section. And again, every single time during your 60 seconds, it's really important that you get it out there. I like to get it out there early on so that they have time to text it while you're talking, so they don't feel that they're being rude by doing it when somebody else is talking. So, just be consistent, get it out there every time. The more you do that, the more people will remember you. Chris Michelle said to me the other day, he said, in the beginning, I really wasn't getting that much traction from it, but now I'm just starting to realize that, people are sending it out there, and I'm getting all these, these texts coming in, and it's because he was consistent with it. So you just have to do that.
I do have one tip that will help Gabe as people are in person.
Uh-huh.
When you want to, especially if you're a referral partner with Digital Accelerant, when you're in a live event, I don't know if you can see my phone, but because I've known Gabe for so long, I can actually sit and scroll and show them Eric and Boiler and Energy. So by having the 21,000, you can show a really great history. So it's kind of cool when you're doing it, if that makes sense.
So you keep that whole thread.
Yeah, keep the whole
21
thread, and then I'll do
21,000.
21,000 if you have enough time to talk about it.
Yeah.
I did that this morning because I'm just
That's
starting to
cool.
do. Yeah, so they were like, oh, and then you get their brain thinking about keywords. Like I have a guy, he's our photographer. Everybody knows him as Jack Schulman.
Right.
I was like, wouldn't it be cool to have text Jack? I could send you more business. So,
Right.
but in person, if you have that scroll, does that make sense, Lorraine?
Yeah,
You
I've never thought of that.
I'm an affiliate, so I don't know what you're talking about. We can talk about that tomorrow.
Well, it takes me 2 seconds. If you go new message 21,000,
Hold on a minute.
if you haven't deleted that history, you can literally just like any text message, scroll down and see every keyword you've ever texted. So if I can't remember what Dix is, I could go scroll through and find Boiler if I want to give that. I don't know. I find it really cool that I have them all here. I'll never delete that thread. Would that help anybody at live events?
No, I like it.
Yeah,
I like it, and that's something I've never even considered. So I appreciate that.
I didn't either. See, once you start going out, Eric, you're going to see like the shirt. I just got that idea today, and I've had my card a while.
Yeah. No, I love the idea of like doing something different, like rugby shirts.
Yeah.
And having like that on the sleeve.
And I did, we do own Fully Promoted, which used to be Embroidered Me. So I could, if you want the embroidery, I could probably get you a discount.
You source the rugby shirts too?
Yeah.
If you can, I can't find really nice samples. So if you could find me samples of a short sleeve rugby shirts, that would be awesome.
Okay.
April, just so you know, you've got the eyebrow filter on.
Yeah, I'm going to kill my kids.
I don't know if it's been on the whole time, but I just noticed.
No,
it.
it's from last night because my kids were playing with it.
No,
Thank
and I
you.
don't know, but I don't know what I'm saying. I don't know if it's been on for the whole hour, but
It has because I don't even know how to remove it. Hold on. Okay, thank you for letting me know.
at least it's not so bad. It's just
April, I just sent you my email address to send that stuff to.
I have your email from your digital business card, Eric.
exactly.
That's great.
He's a rookie. He's got to get used
But
to it.
thank you. No, I'm just joking. Thank you.
Okay, moving forward. In-person networking. So this is where we're talking about some of the pictures that we've done in the past. There's Ronnie with Tech Science to 21,000. If there's somebody who's all in with his keyword, it's Ronnie. He is, I've seen it. I was driving around and I saw it, a little sign sticking out of the ground with Tech Science to 21,000. It was, and it was, you know, I don't even know where he lives, but he doesn't live around me. And it was, you know, he's been absolutely killing with the card and to the point where he's too busy to visit us. He's too busy to network with us. And he's also told me that a lot of leads he just can't follow up on because he's got so many of them.
Guys, I'm sorry. I have a 2:00, so I have to jump off, but
Oh, I
good
do
seeing
too.
everybody. Thank you. Have a great weekend.
Bye, Eric. I'll
Alright.
be in
Bye,
touch.
Eric.
Thanks.
Sorry
Thank
about
you.
that.
See you Monday.
Kind of not paying attention to the time. So I'm pretty much done here anyway, but what I'm going to do is kind of go through some of the pictures. That Bob Brooks, that's the guy, the big guy on the right. That's the guy with the t-shirt on the far right.
Awesome.
And you recognize Robin and Susan, hopefully. There's the t-shirt I was talking about, Lone Dad on the left. He did his whole thing with there. Make a t-shirt out of it.
Love it.
And then you know, when you're in, when this is the thing that really gets me is when people say, you know, do you, when they close the conversation, they say, do you have a card? And people with their lanyard on, they'll reach into their purse or pocket and give them one of their business cards. That's the biggest mistake you could have done. And they've never made them text their keyword. So for me, I say, no, I don't have a card. It's digital. Please text Gabe to 21,000. I show him my lanyard, and then and that works 99% of the time.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Send to your existing clients, put it up on your website, put it on your social media profiles, in your email signature, trade show banners, sign riders, if you're a realtor, bumper stickers or window stickers, car magnets, truck wraps. You know, even the Geek had it on a billboard, direct mail advertising, social media. That's what Elaine's look. Elaine, that's what Lorraine's looks like if you share it on social media, et cetera, et cetera. Your storefront. We already did that. Ask them to tell others. Text your keyword. Yeah, and the other thing that I was going to show is the analytics, but I think we've gone a little bit overboard. So I'm
This
gonna
was
stop
really, really good. Thank you.
and
Yeah.
stopping sharing.
A lot to think about. Gabe, do you have a couple seconds to stay on? Because I cannot get April's card to